Thank you, and I want to thank the witnesses for your stamina, for being here this long. Even you, Mr. Talcott, I thank you for being here. And I just want to say a couple things. For years, we've been trying to address this in one form or another here in the Congress, whether you like marijuana or you don't like marijuana, whether you think it has medicinal beneficial purposes or you think it causes a psychosis or medical problems. But obviously, the people across the country have made a decision that they want to pursue this, okay? We have a problem in the banking system, and this is the banking committee. This is the Financial Services Committee, and our job is to try to assist the system so that it can deal with this cash, deal with these businesses, help these employees, help these ancillary businesses, the real estate company, the lawyer, the accountant, the whomever. And I'd say to my friend, Mr. Luetkemeyer, my friend, Mr. Barr, and they are my friends. For 6 years, we tried to go to the Judiciary Committee. We tried to have a hearing in this committee. We tried to have a hearing in the Rules Committee. We tried to get this in front of the Congress to address these problems. Not one hearing. And instead, we had to go to the Obama administration, in which case we got the Cole Memo, and we got the FinCEN guidance almost 5 years to the day, 5 years ago. The Trump administration, under Attorney General Sessions, removed and rescinded the Cole Memo, but Secretary Mnuchin and the Treasury Department has maintained the FinCEN guidance. So it isn't for lack of trying to try to address this problem. And is this a perfect solution? No, because we only have jurisdiction over banks and financial services. And that's what's trying to be addressed in this, so that banks and credit unions and other financial service companies can provide legitimate financial services to businesses that are legitimate in one form or another in their particular state. That's the purpose of the Safe Banking Act. And its other purpose is to provide for public safety. So I'd like to read a couple of things and then ask some questions. So the National Cannabis Industry Association has a lot of sort of testimonials, and I have a number of things to introduce into the record, including a statement from the Florida Agriculture Commission and a number of letters. But just a couple of the testimonials. This is from Mandy Tingler. Our company is all female founded and run. When we are unable to utilize banks to store our money, it puts us at significant risk for break-in, theft, or being targeted by attackers. We regularly struggle with large quantities of cash management. It doesn't work well for us to carry suitcases full of cash to our local tax office to pay our taxes. Our businesses are already forced into less desirable parts of town because of the type of business we have. This leaves us as sitting ducks to be attacked or worse for what we have in our possession. Please allow us access to banking. Then another one is from Sabrina Fendrick of Berkeley Patient Group. She says, regardless of our state compliance, we have been removed from well over 30 banking institutions so far. We seek and request to be treated like any other business with the rights and privileges that come with being recognized as a legitimate industry. Last is the sort of the ancillary industry kind of things. It's from, let's see if I can find it. Here it is. Eden Labs in Seattle, Washington is a 24-year-old botanical extraction and distillation company that has worked in a multitude of industries such as biofuels, flavorings, perfumes, natural products, and liquor, to name a few. However, because of our work in the cannabis industry, we've been getting moved from bank to bank to bank. And so that's what we're trying to address. I am going to ask a safety issue of you, Major Franklin. In your career, you were, I believe, a narcotics officer. I mean, was it important for you to be able to track and trace, and would having sort of banking records help you as a law enforcement officer?
Absolutely. We were always in search of banking records. We were always getting subpoenas from the local prosecutor's office to seize those records, to freeze accounts. that was so important, still is very important to the work that we do, because we need the evidence when we finally charge the individual to get a conviction in court. But again, to also be able to positively track, not just for evidence, but also for removing those illegal proceeds and profits from the hands of these criminal enterprises so they can't use that money to start up other criminal enterprises, and many times we would find that tied to things like human trafficking and other nefarious activities. So again, the banking records are, again, just so critical. Trying to do it with pretty much 100% cash, again, I'll say this again, we really have to luck up when we serve search warrants and getting computer records or written records, but they're so easily to dispose of rather quickly, so it's hard to do.
The gentleman's time has
I want to
expired.
thank